The shepherd Abu has a group of lovely lambs. Every day, he drives the sheep to the grass. While the lambs eat, he sits on the stone and plays his flute. His life was simple and happy. The sound of the flute attracted a wolf in the forest. The wolf looked at the lovely lambs. His mouth is watering with hunger. They must be delicious, he thought, but how could I eat them? The wolf thought and thought. Finally figured it out. He took a sheepskin, kicked it to himself, and looked at the lake. He thought, ha ha ha, I am so smart. So that I can blend in with the sheep. Sure enough, as the wolf thought, the careless shepherd Abu did not find a wolf mixed in the sheep. In the evening, the wolf went easily back to the fold with the lambs. It was late at night and the lambs were asleep. At this time, the wolf in sheep's clothing suddenly stretched out claws on the lamb and then ate a delicious meal. For several days, the wolf hid himself in sheep's clothing during the day and stole the sheep at night. One day, Abu suddenly found that several sheep were missing from his flock. He didn't find the sheep. Then he realized the seriousness of the problem. One evening, the wolf who got carried away forgot to hide his tail, and the wagging gray wolf tail was clearly seen by the shepherd Abu behind him. As night fell, the wolf once again stretched out his sharp claws, but with a whistle. Some strong sheepdogs jumped into the pen and surrounded the wolf in sheep's clothing. The wolf trembled with fear and threw up his hands in surrender. Finally, the shepherd Abu put the wolf in a cage, take off his sheepskin, as a warning to the other wolves not to touch his lamb. And so the big bad wolf got his punishment. From then on, the shepherd Abu and the lambs resumed their simple and happy life. Listen, how happy is the flute of Abu the shepherd. The sunflower is in bloom forest was golden. Mika and Jump are having fun in the sea of flowers. They chased a beautiful butterfly, and the laughter spread all around. Suddenly Jump stopped and pulled Mika. Look, there's a strange people. What's she doing? She was pulling the Three little mice smell oil from neighbor's house and planned to steal it. When they got to the cylinder, they found it was so deep that can't reach oil and only smell the oil. They felt anxious. A little mouse said, "I have a good idea. We can drop one by the other's tail. Take turns to drink, so we can all drink the oil." The first mouse to drink the oil thought that, too little oil. If everyone took turns, everyone would only get a little bit. It's not fun at all. Today's my lucky day. I'll drink myself first. The mouse in the middle thought, there's not much oil down there. If I let it drink up, then I have nothing to drink. So I might as well put it down and drink it up. The rat at the top of the tank thought that, so little oil. When those two are fed, where's my share? I'll jump to the bottom of the tank and drink myself. So the rats above let go of their hands and jumped into the tank. When they had drunk enough, they found themselves soaking wet and with slippage. They couldn't get out of this tank. Boys and girls, so much for the story of three mice. This story tells us that work with others to do things you can't do on your own. But if you break up a partnership and do something that hurt others, you will suffer serious consequences. There is a village. Mummy Pig and her three sons live. One day Mummy Pig said, "You're all grown up. To be independent, everyone build a house. Because there are wolves in the village. So you must build your house strong." "Got it, Mom." Eldest Piggy said, "I will build a house out of straw." Second Piggy said, "I want to build a house out of wood." Third Piggy said, "I followed Mom's advice to build a strong house with bricks." Oh, it's finally finished. The eldest Piggy was the first to build straw house. The second Piggy soon built a wooden house. The third Piggy is still building a house. When will it be covered according to the speed? Two brothers laugh at the third brick house is built. It looks very solid. There is a wolf who has been paying attention to piggies. He walked to straw house. The wolf took a big breath. The house was blown over. "Brother, save me." The eldest ran to the second's house. The second comforted him. "Don't worry, my house is strong. Don't be afraid." Wolf came to the second piggy's house. He gave it a hard kick. The wooden house couldn't hold up and collapsed. The two piggies ran to the third piggy's house. He told brothers not to be afraid. Brick houses are strong. Wolf can't get in. Wolf came to the door. He blew on house and kicked on door. His face turned red. House is motionless. Wolf is angry. He climbed up roof, trying to get in. The third child lit the firewood and set fire to a pot of hot water. Wolf falls straight into cauldron. I'm hot." Wolf ran away angrily. He don't dare to trouble the piggies. Three brothers are all at ease. Brothers praised him. What a thoughtful, hardworking, and smart kid. They understand that only through enough thought, hard work and solid preparation can they overcome difficulties and challenge. One fine morning, Little Rabbit Jump was playing in the grass as usual. Suddenly it thundered. It rained heavily. Jump quickly turned and ran home. The rain soon stopped. When did the sky build a beautiful bridge of 7 colors? Jump really wanted to go up and play, so she walked in the direction of the rainbow. Passing by the pond, Jump met a little turtle. "Where are you going?" "I'm going to the seven-color bridge," Jump said. "I'm going with you. Let's climb up the hill and get to the bridge." They walked and walked together, and soon they reached the hillside, but it was still far from the rainbow. Rabbit jumped up hard, and the turtle stretched his neck hard, but he could not reach it. What to do? "Let's ask Uncle Bear. He knows the most. He must know how to go to the seven-color bridge." They found Uncle Bear. Jump pointed to Rainbow Bridge and asked, "Uncle Bear, do you know how to go to the seven-color bridge?" "Ha, little guys, this is not a bridge." Isn't it a bridge? So what is it?" Jump asked. "It is called the rainbow. After the rain, there will be many small water droplets in the sky. The sun's light shining on the small water droplets will refract. There will be a beautiful rainbow." Jump and Turtle were surprised to hear this and said, "The rainbow is formed by the refraction of light." It was amazing and beautiful. No wonder we can't go up there. So much for the magical seven-color rainbow bridge. Autumn is coming. Mika's orchard had a bumper harvest. The branches were heavy with fruit. The fields were covered with golden corn. Mika likes autumn best. Autumn tables are the most abundant of the year. Red apples and yellow corn. And Mom's sweet honey bread. But Mother has been in trouble. Bear picked up a bun, took 2 bites, grabbed the corn, took a bite, took an apple, and jumped off the table to watch cartoons. He threw vegetables onto the floor. Mother cleared the table and saw the apple thrown on the sofa. There are uneaten snacks on the floor. She shook head and thought this was not going to work. "I need to find a way to show Mika that food doesn't come easy." Mother looked out the window at Mika and had an idea. She told Mika he wasn't going out today. "Let's go to work." Go to work. Mika didn't know what to do with labor. It's just a novelty. He put on hat and scampered out the door after Mother. "Mika, today you and Mom are going to put away the apples and the corn and carry them home." Mother pointed to apples and corn on the ground. Mika packed them into the basket and walked home with Mother. Mika walked 5 times all afternoon. He felt basket getting heavier and legs getting sore. In the evening, Mother made a big dinner. Mika finished a whole apple, a whole piece of honey bread, and jam in a small bowl all scooped up, and helped his mother clean up the dishes. Mika finished the housework to Mother said, "Mom, what I did was wrong. We have worked hard to grow every apple and corn, and I should not waste food. Today I know how hard it is to work." Mother saw that her method had succeeded. She gave Mika a happy hug. So much for the story I Don't Waste. Have you ever helped your mother with housework like Mika? What housework did you do? In the evening, Mother said to Mika, "Mika, it's time for bed." Mika yelled, "10 more minutes. I need a few bites of cheese." "There you go. Now go brush your teeth and go to bed," said Father Bear. 9 more minutes. I have to put my bike away." Mika ran out of the house and rode his bike around 9 times before coming back. "Get into your pajamas and go to bed." Mom's yelling again. 8 more minutes. I have to water the flowers. Mika gave the flowers 8 drops of water. "Go to sleep, don't dawdle," Dad urged. I'm coming. I'm going to say goodnight to Grandma. It'll take 7 minutes. Mika ran to Grandma's room. Good night, good night. 7 times in a row, but Grandma didn't hear. She was already asleep. I'll be angry if I don't go to bed, said Mother. Mika jumped into bed. Suddenly he wanted water. He ran into kitchen and took 6 gulps of water. 5 more minutes. The stuffed bunny I sleep with every day isn't in bed. Mom looked for the rabbit under the sofa and put it on Mika's bed. Give me 4 minutes. Too much water to go to the bathroom. After using the toilet, Mika flushed the toilet 4 times. Well, you can go to bed now, Mom and Dad said together. Wait, I didn't brush my teeth. Just 3 minutes. Mika ran into the bathroom to brush his teeth. You can go to sleep now, said Father. No, there's one more thing. Just 2 minutes, Mika said into Mommy's ear. You are the most beautiful mom in the world. Say in Daddy's ear. You are the bravest daddy bear in the world. You are the best little bear in the world. Mom and Dad said together. Okay, now it's time for bed. 1 more minute. Mika pleaded. You have to tell me a story, or I won't be able to sleep anyway. Papa Bear sat by the bed and told Mika a story. Mika was fascinated. He yawned unconsciously. Mika fell asleep with a sweet smile on the face. This story is finished. What do you like to do before bed? Have you fallen asleep quickly? There was a farmer on a hill. He keeps a large flock of fat white sheep and a clever and brave shepherd dog. The sheep graze on the hillside every day, but they are not satisfied. They always want to see the outside world. But the sheepdog kept a close eye on them and did not give them a chance to escape. The sheep were unhappy with the sheepdog, and they tried to get the farmer to send the sheepdog away. They said to the farmer, Master, the sheepdog are always after us, trying to eat us. But the owner didn't believe me. The wolf knew that the sheep wanted to escape, so when the shepherd was not looking, he sneaked up to the sheep and said to them, Here, be quiet. I can help you escape, but I need your cooperation. The sheep were overjoyed and asked, Really? How do you want us to cooperate? The wolf said, It's simple. You let me bite a sheep, then tell the farmer it was sheepdog that did it, so the farmer will chase it away. The sheep thought this was a good idea, so they chose the weakest sheep for the wolf to bite. The wolf mauled sheep and stole away under the cover of the sheep, but the sheepdog who came to check were surrounded by sheep. The farmer heard the noise and ran quickly. He saw a wounded sheep and a beleaguered sheepdog. The sheep saw the farmer and said loudly, Master, we did not lie to you. That bad sheepdog bit our companion. You should drive it away quickly. The farmer was so angry that he was ready to hit the sheepdog with a stick. The sheepdog tried to explain his innocence, but farmer don't listen to him and kicked him out. The sheep saw the sheepdog leave. They were glad. They think they can finally be free. But the farmer put a wire fence around the sheep pen and locked up the sheep. From then on, the sheep not only lost their freedom, but endured attacks by wolves. They were regretful and began to miss the sheepdog. But it was too late. The story of the lamb who wants to escape is finished. Do you know why sheep want to run away? Kindergarten came to a new classmate. Giraffe teacher introduced him. He is Hedgehog, our new friend. The children saw that the hedgehog looked strange. A pointy mouth, small eyes, gray body. There were cherries on the spikes. Rabbit could not help asking, "Little hedgehog, the cherry in your thorn. Is that the snack you brought?" The hedgehog nodded shyly. "It's from the cherry tree in my yard. It's sweet, let's eat it together." But the other animals did not come near the hedgehog to take the cherry. The giraffe teacher asked the hedgehog to sit next to the bird, but the bird refused with a sharp mouth. "No, no, no. I'm not sitting with hedgehog. He's got so many stings, it's gonna sting me." Giraffe teacher let hedgehog sit with bear. Bear shook his head and hid behind the grass. "I don't want to sit with hedgehog. He's scary." Other children also refused to sit with hedgehog. Only the monkey with a banana came over and said to him, "Hello, can I have a cherry? I like it very much." Hedgehog happily pulled a cherry from his thorn and handed it to the monkey. The monkey took the cherry and said, "Thank you, hedgehog." The little monkey put the banana on his thorn, said it was a gift for him, and then went away. The little hedgehog didn't know whether to be happy or sad. He thought Pippi was friendly, but he found his thorns inconvenient. Hedgehog wanted to pull them all out, but they're solid and stick to the body like nails, and it would hurt terribly if pulled them out. Next day, the giraffe teacher said to the animal children, "It's a beautiful day. Let's go to the orchard to pick fruit." The orchard is full of fruit. The animals picked all kinds of fruit, and everyone's hands were full in their pockets. There were many fruits on the ground. "No one can take it. What to do?" Hedgehog said to everyone. "Don't worry, I have a way." He rolled on the ground and got up. Wow, that fruit is all stuck in his back. Everyone looked and laughed. Hedgehog have all kinds of fruit on his back. He could open a fruit shop. His thorns are useful. He can hang things. Hedgehog and everyone happily singing songs. Back to kindergarten. It's a pleasure to help people, kids. So much for Hedgehog with many thorns. Do you have a magical friend like the hedgehog? There was a house under a big tree, in which lived Black Rabbit and White Rabbit. In the spring, White Rabbit said to Black Rabbit, "I want a big garden with different flowers all the year round." Black Rabbit shook his head. "Then you have to plow like a buffalo in order to level the land." White Rabbit didn't have enough strength, but she did it. She cleaned away the weed stones around the house and made the soil smooth and soft. Black Rabbit asked, puzzled while eating watermelon, "Isn't it good to live comfortably? Why all the trouble?" White Rabbit said, "I can enjoy the flowers in the garden to drink tea. I can also brew delicious flowers wine." Hamster gave her a lot of flower seeds. White Rabbit said, "Thank you. Please come to visit when the flowers bloom." The White Rabbit sowed the seeds into the soil and put a white fence around it. Every day, White Rabbit is as diligent as an ant. She got up early to water the flowers. Black Rabbit comfortably nest in the heart to mutter, "It's just a garden. Why work so hard?" The days passed and winter turned to spring. Look, White Rabbit's garden was full of flowers, very beautiful. Breeze spread flowers. Bees, hamsters, and other friends came. They also brought special flower seeds. White Rabbit took out flower cake and 100-flower wine to entertain everyone. "What a beautiful garden you have." The guests all praised. Although the Black Rabbit has been comfortable for a year, but he has not got anything. He bowed his head. Boys and girls, the fable of rabbits is finished. The White Rabbit persisted in her dream and built a beautiful garden. What is your dream? Have you ever worked hard to achieve your dream? There was a big white horse in a mountain village. Every day he tilled the fields with his friends. They worked happily. The big white horse gave birth to a pony that followed Mother all day. One day, Mother asked Pony to take a bag of grain to the mill. The pony picked up it and ran quickly. The pony was blocked by a river, and Cow was grazing by the river. The pony ran to ask, "Excuse me, can I cross the river?" The cow said, "It's shallow, just up to shins. I walked through yesterday." Listen to the words of Cow. Pony want to cross river. The little squirrel ran and shouted, "Don't cross the river. The water is deep. My partner drowned yesterday." Now the pony was stumped. Whether the cow was right or the squirrel was right, he ran home and asked his mother. There was a river. The cow said it was shallow enough to cross. The squirrel said the water was dangerous. Mother asked if the water was deep or shallow. Pony shook head. The cow is tall and big, so river is shallow. The squirrels are so small that they think the water is deep. Pony understood. They're talking about their own situation, and I should try it for myself. The pony came back to the river and dipped his hooves carefully into the water. The river was Jump hated washing hands. She only needed to wash them when they were dirty, but that's rare. Hands aren't dirty. Won't listen to mom no matter what she says. My hands get black when I play in the mud. I wipe them on clothes and they're clean. I can also In the morning, Mika woke up from bed and stretched slowly. Mika carefully washed his face, brushed its teeth, and sat down at the table ready to eat. But there were only some cookies and a note from Mom. "Dear baby, Mother has to go out and can't get you breakfast. You eat cookies and I will probably come back this afternoon. Love you, Mom." Mika didn't want to. It opened the cupboard to look for some honey, but only found an empty jar. "Maybe I should find the honey myself." Mika set off with the jar on its back. Mika asked the bird and the frog, but they didn't know where the honey was. Mika was so hungry. Its stomach was making a growling noise. "Who is disturbing my sleep?" A wildflower was awakened by the bear's belly. Stretching its leaves lazily asked, "I'm sorry to bother you. I was just looking for honey." Mika hesitated to explain. "I think you should ask the bees. But be careful. They're a bunch of rude little guys. Look at them there." The wildflower pointed to a tree. There was a yellow honeycomb, surrounded by countless small bees. Mika closed his eyes and followed the scent of honey in the air to the tree. It held out honey jar, asked the little bee, "Mr. Bee, could you please give me some honey?" The bees flashed their tail spikes when they saw someone coming. Mika was so scared that it threw away jar and fled the forest. Mika ran and ran into a warm embrace. It was Mom. Mika cried as it hugged her mother. "Mom, the bee is so scary." Mother touched Mika's head. "The bees are afraid of hurting you. They have a sharp needle at the end. They will hurt anyone who touches them." Mika nodded. "I get it, Mom. I will never go near a bee again." "Don't interrupt their work." Mother Bear smiled and took Mika's hand and walked on the way home. Boys and girls, so much for the story of the bees. Don't want to play with bees in the wild just because they're cute. There was a scholar from a poor family. He thought about getting rich every day. One day, the scholar saw a magical knowledge. When the mantis hunts cicadas, it covers itself with leaves so that other insects cannot see it. If this leaf can be invisible. He was excited and thought that if I have a magic leaf, I can take what I want without being noticed. Then the scholar found a praying mantis hiding behind a leaf. He was about to take the leaf when a gust of wind blew it away. The leaf fell to the ground and mingled with the other leaves. The scholar did not know which one was that leaf, so he had to find a basket and put all the leaves in it and brought it home. He came home and picked up the leaves one by one and asked his wife, "Can you still see me?" Wife impatiently said, "I can't see you." He thought he's found a magic leaf. The next day, the scholar came to the pub. He drank his wine happily and intends to test the power of leaf. Scholar went to a jewelry store. He covered his eyes with the leaf and reached for a handful of jewels. When the shopkeeper saw this, he immediately shouted that there was a thief. Scholar was so scared he covered himself with leaves that he thought he was invisible. The people sent the scholar to court. The judge asked him why he stole. The scholar told the judge how he saw magic leaf in the book. The judge laughed. "Can you hide yourself with leaves over your eyes?" That's stupid. The judge shook his head and did not punish the scholar, but told him to go home and study hard. That's the end of the story. This story tells us, don't be fooled by the appearance of things. See things for what they are. One day, Coke and kindergarten friends went to the swimming pool to swim. Miss Kue led children to do warm-up exercises so that they can avoid the danger of too cold water. Children all warmed up with the teacher. Only Zhuang was distracted. Zhuang needs to focus. The teacher reminded him. Teacher asked the children to go into the water first and leave Zhuang alone. You can't get into the water until you're done warming up. Zhuang agreed dejectedly. Coke was afraid of water and didn't go in. Zhuang asked him, Coke, why don't you go in the water? Are you scared? I'm not. Coke stepped back a few more steps. You're too timid, bro. Move it. The future champion swimmer entered the water. Zhuang saw the cowardice of Coke and jumped into the pool. The water was cool. What do I need to do to warm up? Zhuang thought while swimming freely for a few times. Suddenly, he felt like one of his feet was caught in something, and a pain came through. He lost his balance in the water and choked. Coke on the shore saw it and shouted anxiously. Everyone worked together to save Zhuang. Cough, cough. Zhuang coughed a few times and opened his eyes. He blushed with shame. Thank you for saving me. You're welcome. Do you want to swim again? Coke waved his hand like an adult and asked. Zhuang's next answer surprised everyone. He explained, I like swimming. I want to keep going. But before going into the water, I need warm-up to avoid injury. The teacher was pleased and rubbed his strong head. All afternoon, the children played happily in the pool and enjoyed the cool time of summer. Kids, that's all for swimming pool water stories. Do you like to play in the water? Do you have any hobbies like swimming? An old man, Yugong, lived between two mountains in Taihang. Every day he crosses the mountains to plow the fields. It was hard. He decided to move away the mountains. One day Yugong gathered his family. Children, I want to dig the mountain flat so that you don't have to work as hard as me. His children all said, we will dig the mountain with you. The next morning, Yugong made the first move. He dug the mountain with a hoe. Loads of earth and stones were carried to the Bohai Sea. His family and neighbors found out about it and came to help with tools. Only Ji So did not agree. He mocked Yugong for overreaching himself. Are you dreaming? How can you dig up such a big mountain? Although I am old, I have sons. Sons have grandchildren and descendants, and one day the mountain will be dug flat. Ji So was speechless. Later this matter was known by the gods in the sky, and they were all moved by Yugong's perseverance. So one night they sent Hercules down to earth to carry away the mountains. The north-south road has been open ever since. There is no mountain to stop Yugong from going out. Coke and Zhuang are going to the library by bus. Zhuang got on the bus. He fell asleep on the seat. Wake up, bro. You're asleep. No one's talking to me. But Coke didn't wake him up. Bored Coke, looking around to pass the time. He saw the basket in front of him. There was a big fat worm in it. Coke picked up the worm in his hand to observe. He looked at Zhuang still sleeping. Soon had an idea. He put the worm on Zhuang's hand, and the worm crawled and crawled on it. Zhuang was awake. He yawned and lifted his hand to see the worm. He was scared that he quickly threw the worm out. Zhuang rushed to the front of the bus. Oh! He accidentally bumped into a person. He looked up, and she was his teacher. The teacher held Zhuang, who almost fell down. It's dangerous to run so fast in the bus. Zhuang said in a panic. Teacher, I just had a worm on my hand. Coke saw Zhuang almost fell over to apologize for guilt. I'm sorry, I put the worm in there. I shouldn't have messed with you. Hearing Coke's apology, Zhuang forgave him. Two boys talked and laughed together again. When the bus arrived, they walked arm in arm to the library. Kids, so much for safety in the bus. Do you remember the story?